Hey guys, it is Damien from Marketing Food Online, and I hope you guys are having a great day. And as always, this is YouTube's premier channel for everyone who is looking to start a food business. So if you guys are definitely in the market for a food business, this is the channel for you. Now, I want to do this video is going to be all about a Facebook ad, and I want to explain something on how this works. I had a couple of my clients that were inquiring about this, and I actually want to go ahead and do a really quick video, a rundown of how I have run these ads before, how I've kind of boosted certain posts, and I've gotten some really fantastic results from it. Have I made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of my posts, the boosting these? I want to be honest with you, no. But I have made thousands of dollars off of them, and I'm not really one to talk about numbers all the time because I just definitely am not that type of YouTube guy. I don't intend on bragging, and I don't like to talk about that stuff, but I do very well. And of course, I've been online for over 11 years now, having 6 stores that I operate and boosting these certain products that we actually make. As you may or may not know, we have a candy and snack company, and we sell all over the internet. And I've used these really simple boosting posts, ads throughout Facebook, and they have brought us some wonderful results. So I wanted to share it with you, and I kind of give you a rundown. Let me fix that really quick. Okay. Give you guys a rundown of how this works and how it's worked for me. Now, number one, really quick, the way this works is you have a product that's online. You have a URL. Okay. Let's say on Etsy, you create a food product or whatever the product may be, but you post the product up and then you copy the URL. And then what I do is I bring it over to my Facebook page, Marketing Food Online, which is on Facebook. And what I do from there is I boost that post to a certain demographic for a certain period of time with a certain amount of a budget. Okay. And the idea is that you want someone to click on that when it is shown in front of your customer, your potential customer. And of course, really quick side note, I cannot guarantee any of them actually purchasing a product. The way this works is, and I'll get right back into what I was saying, I'll pick up where I left off. Once this is an ad that's put in front of a customer, a potential customer, that person can either click on it or not. If they click on it, that will take them to the link. Okay, whatever. If it's on Etsy and you're selling donuts, then it's going to take them to your shop for donuts. Now, that does not mean that after they click on it, there's still going to be a buying customer. That just means that they've clicked on the link. Okay, just so you understand. Again, this is a super basic, simple for beginners to understand how this can really bring your business some amazing results by a very small investment. Okay, so once that ad is clicked, the customer goes there. They may buy it or they may not. They may just click off from your shop. But that's not exactly a customer lost. That just may mean at this very moment in time, they're not necessarily going to buy it. Now, the great thing is once they click on it, if it's something that they're interested in later down the road, maybe it's Mother's Day, maybe it's an event, wedding, but maybe it's a party favor, whatever it may be, the reasoning is at least that they know you're there. But it is literally pennies on the dollar to get customers to find your product. Now, if you're new to e-commerce, I can tell you, if you're not familiar with this already, you're probably running into some challenges trying to find people to buy your product. It is very difficult to be found online. This is a great one of many. I can go through a whole ton of ways that you can promote your product. This is one of many that I would recommend to do when you're a beginner because of the fact that nobody knows you're there. It's very hard to be found. Even if you're on Etsy, Amazon, eBay, they have their own algorithms. They have their own AI. I got it. I understand that. And the thing of it is there's probably about 100 other people or 1,000 other people selling similar products. So for them to find you, even within their platform, becomes a very challenging thing to do. And I can speak from experience because I've been doing this, guys, for over a decade. So here is how I grew my business from doing when we first started. Literally the first couple of months we were actually on eBay was our first taste of e-commerce, and we did about $20 or $30 a month, and it took some time to get to doing over 6 figures that we do now, and shipping to about 15, I think it's 16 different countries so far. So here we go. So I have went ahead and copied and pasted. I'm going to paste it right now. This is an example, okay, guys? So I'm going to give you an example of how this is a product from our Etsy store. It's chocolate Oreos that we cover with gold foil. And now these are like gift basket supplies, wedding favors, and so on and so on. We do a tremendous amount of chocolate pretzels, more than anything actually, chocolate pretzels and chocolate-covered Oreos. Okay, so let me show you how it looks. Here is the soon-to-be ad, all right? So I copied and pasted the URL. Okay. Now, your image will show up. Then, of course, Etsy, it says Etsy there because that's the shop. And then a brief title description will show there. Now, you can add extra additional images. I personally don't do that, but you can bring up additional photos if it's related to what you're doing. Okay. Now, on the top here, let me just go over. And here is what I do. All right. So I put on here gold foiled chocolate covered cookies. Great for wedding favors, parties, or corporate events. Okay. Right? Okay. Real basic. Got it. And let me just fix that. Okay. It's really late in the evening. Sorry, guys. I'm typing weird like. Okay. Now that we have that, it looks fantastic. So let's publish it. Give it a second. Let me go up. Now, here's where the fun begins. Okay. And we want to boost this post. Fantastic. All right. So here is what pops up. And let me go down slowly here. Okay. So 180 people. Okay. So that's where I want to show you. Okay. So we have on the top here, there's 3 different outcomes that you're utilizing this boost for. There's 3 different things. And let me show you really quick. One is you want to get more website visitors. You want to get more engagement. You want to get more messages. Okay. For the sake of this video, I don't want to go too deep into the other 2 because they're not really related to what I'm trying to do here as far as show you how to generate revenue, because you want people to visit the website and buy your product. Okay. If you have a food product, you want them to buy it, period. Okay. Now, by the way, if you have your own, really quick side note as well, if you have your own website, you can do this. If you're selling on Etsy, you can do it. If you're selling on eBay, you can do it. If you're selling anywhere, you just simply need a URL. Okay. That's the little address, if you will, on the top of the search bar to let Facebook know where the customer is going. That's the destination URL. Okay. So what we really want to do is we want to get more website visitors. Okay. Because I want people to click on this ad and buy my product, and I'll make it and send it to them. That's the equation. That's how it works. Okay. So we're going to save that. All right. The other 2 for this particular example are really not important right now. Okay. Now, post button. This is optional. You can add a button to your post. Now, this I have on here, a Shop Now button. What is a Shop Now button? As it says here, this button will lead to the link in your post. It makes it easier. There it is right there. Okay, see guys right there? That makes it super one-click button easy for your customer to simply go to your Etsy store or wherever they're going and buy your product. Okay, I recommend you put that on there. That's your decision. Do what you like, but I am going to explain to you what the Shop Now button is. All right. Now, people you choose through your targeting. This is the beauty of running these Facebook ads. You can determine who is going to see your ad in the hopes that the customer to be, your customer to be, will click on it and then buy it. You have to understand this is no guarantee, but it will be shown in front of your potential target. And you need to know your target audience. By the way, before you do any of these, I highly recommend that you do that. You need to truly understand who is it that is buying your product. Let's say if you're selling Super Bowl related products, you're probably not going to try to target stay-at-home moms who love to knit socks. Just a crazy example, okay? Or stay-at-home dads who knit socks, okay? It doesn't matter who it is, but if it's someone not interested in Super Bowl products, then you don't target people who are not, okay? So these are chocolate covered foiled. So, I already know my target market. After 11 years, I figured this out. So these are great for people who have gift basket companies. They're great for people who are going to have weddings. They're great for people who are going to do corporate events and they want to do a little handout to their employees because it's an employee appreciation. I could go on, but I'm not going to. So I already know the customers that I'm looking for. Now, can these go to, let's create a new audience. Right now, by the way, really quick, I'm sorry. This information that's already in here is already in there from a previous ad that I ran. Okay. So in the United States, it was a product that was actually specifically targeting Los Angeles, California, Florida, New Jersey, New York. And these are the ages, and that's the gender, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So I want to create a new All right, so select a new and a name. So this one is gold for Oreos. Okay, so this is going to be all, because both men and women, of course, could be purchasing this particular product. And now the ages is going to be 18 to 42, of which you could change. You could go to 45. Now, I know for the most part, a lot of the products that we sell are really kind of for adults. They're not necessarily candies for children. And the snacks that we have, again, not exactly for children. So, or people below the age of 18, not necessarily kids, but I know that it's obviously predominantly adults that purchase our products, okay? So 18 to 45 is the age I set it at. Now, let's scroll down a little bit more. Florida, Los Angeles, New Jersey. Okay, these for a particular product I was selling a little while ago, I know where we ship that particular product to predominantly. I know where it goes. So I chose these for that very reason. And this was another item. So right now, I'm going to take out the Los Angeles one and New York, Florida, New Jersey, and I'm actually going to add California. You can start to type and then it'll come right up. Okay, so I'm just going to do, there we go. Now I do this because also it puts out a huge radius of areas within that. Okay, so let's scroll down. Now we want to include people who match at least one of the following. Okay, so suggestions. We can see what do they suggest based on the product and such. What do they suggest? So these 5 here are specific suggestions that I've actually used for other food products. And since this is chocolate covered cookies, I think all of them actually will be quite interested in the same product. So people who are kind of foodies, maybe they like desserts, maybe of course chocolate. And let me type in, just for the heck of it, see what they have. Gift baskets. Does that come up? Yeah, it does. Okay, perfect. Fantastic. So Gift Basket actually has an interest of 653,000 people who've expressed some interest in gift baskets, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. So for me, I'm pretty good with these 4. These 4 are good. Now that defines a potential reach of 9.5 million people. So I'm going to save that. Obviously, I'm not going to actually advertise to all 9.5 million. That's okay. Because the budget would be astronomical, and I don't really necessarily want to do that. All right, so the automatic placements, this is what's recommended. Now, what this means is that they use automatic placements to maximize your budget and help show your ads to more people. Facebook's delivery system will allocate your ad set's budget across multiple placements, okay? So what that means is that they're going to take whatever your budget is and they want you to use it as efficiently as possible. And they're going to show it on multiple platforms and place it as many places as they think would make you successful with your campaign, because they want this to obviously appear in front of the people you've picked. Now, you pick the duration. Okay, I personally, when you're starting, I would recommend 14 days. 7 days is good. There's nothing wrong with that. I would not do a day. You really cannot make a good judgment based on a day. Now, if you've been doing this for a while and you have your criteria down pat and you know that it's working for you and you know you can get results in 1 day, hey, knock yourself out. Okay, I personally would say 14 days. Okay, for this example, let's go for a week. Let's test the market out. Now, again, the great thing about this is I'm doing this for $20. $20. By the way, that's your total budget. That's not every day. 7 days, spend $20. You're going to spend $2.85 a day. And that's going to reach on a high side of 1,300 potential customers. That's pretty crazy. 7 days consecutively, 1,000 on the high end, 700 or 1,300 people. Okay, so that's going to be, wow, it was about that 92. It's nearly almost, I guess if I do my math right in my head really quick, that's about 10,000, just under 10,000 people or so. So around 10,000 for $20. So of those 10,000, let's just say that 1,000 click on it, and let's just say half of those buy. So 500 people buy this product for $50, and I spent $20. You do the math. That's a lot of money. Okay. So it's a very effective way of doing it. Now, there's no guarantees, obviously, and there's no guarantees. You could go through your budget, meaning that you could spend all of this by having customers click on it is when you get charged. Having customers click on it, that doesn't mean they're going to go to my Etsy store and buy it. But 4 days from now, shoot, the lady that needs 100 gold-folded Oreos for her gift baskets for a party, then she buys it. So people don't necessarily buy it on that exact moment, but it's a great way to get exposure for them to come back and say, wow, you know, this guy's got chocolate covered Oreos. I need those gold covered ones for my party. That's fantastic. So this is a very inexpensive way to sell products, and it's a great way to get exposure for future potential customers. Okay. So I personally use this now quite often, and my budget has gone up a little bit more because I've kind of played with it and just figured out what works and what doesn't. But when you're starting out, I just wanted to make this video so you understand the concept. And that's it. And of course, if I scroll down further, it's just my payment information, which I don't necessarily want to show everybody right now. But okay, so that's it. And you simply pay for it. And what you normally do is you attach your PayPal account and it does it automatically. You can actually set a payment threshold, meaning, you know, if your budget, you want to pay it when it reaches $50, then it'll automatically debit your account 50. If you want to do it every 5 months or 5 days or 7 days, if you want to do it at a certain period of time, that's fine. So that's it. In a nutshell, this post could create potentially thousands of dollars in revenue for me based upon a $20 investment. And if it creates, this is another thing really quick. What I try to do is products that I want to sell and promote, excuse me, I try to make it to where the single purchase of one of them pays for my budget. This is just a trick that I do. You can do this if you want to or not. This particular product actually is on sale. I think it's like 50 something. It's on sale for 15% off. It's around $50 for this particular one transaction. And what I mean is I'm going to set a budget for $20. But my single product, one individual purchase, if I sell just one, it's going to pay more than what I have already put out, but it's going to pay for my budget of $20. I do that that's my thing. That's what I do. I recommend you do that because here's the thing. Let's say that you put a budget of $50 and you're selling a $5 product and you're selling it for $5, but your profit is like $1. And this is just an example. Your $50 budget, you make $1 that you actually put in your pocket. Okay. You're going to have to sell 50 transactions just to break even. So what I recommend you selling something that's going to cause you to create about 10 or 12 transactions just to break even. I would not recommend you do that because that is not a good that's not going to be efficient. Your return on your investment is going to be horrible. So if I invest $20 right now, this single product is $50. So out of the thousands of people that I see that are going to see this, I just have to sell at least one, and at least I can get my budget back. I'll have a little bit of profit, but your objective is obviously to sell hundreds of units, right? But don't get me wrong. But try to sell it for a product where the price point either meets or exceeds your budget as a whole. Now, as your budget goes up, I mean, if you're spending $500 a week, you're not selling $500 particular one transaction for chocolate covered Oreos. Obviously, I understand that. But then when you get to that point, you've understood how it works and you're going to be selling way more. But don't sell something that you really have to make multiple transactions just to break even. Not a good idea. So if you have any questions about how this works, as always, please do give me a big, give me a question down below and give me a big thumbs up if this helps you understand the basics of this. And remember, when you set your budget, when you first start, if this is all new to you, start small, guys. You don't have to put down $100. You can even do $5. I've seen so many guys on YouTube. I've noticed, I learned this from YouTube, and I picked up a handful of these guys that are doing even $10, $12, $15 to just check it out and to see how it works so they can understand it and gain some momentum. So don't go out of the gate spending $1,000 or $100 or $200 or $300. Understand how it works first and then scale it up from there. So, all right, guys, I hope this gives you a great foundation so you understand how this works, and I'll see you on our next video.